everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm coming at you today with my favorites for the month of February. So I have a special liking for the month of February because my birthday's in the month of February. It is the 1st of February and it's Valentine's Day, and I like Valentine's Day, and it's a good, slightly shorter month. Let's get the show on the road. So I have quite a nice little mix of faves this month. Some things really stick out to me this month, unlike other months where I kind of struggle. And in the month of February for my birthday, the 5th or the 4th through the 8th, I was in Las Vegas, Nevada. Get my party on, girl. Just kidding. I don't party that much, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so since Nevada is in the desert, my skin was like getting a little bit dry when I was there, but not like a big deal. But when I got home, girl, it was so bad. So I had to change up a couple things in my routine. And then I realized that I had this cleanser because my Born one was really just stripping my skin. Like, it was just too much. So I found this Meow Meow Tweet cleanser that I had, and this is amazing. This is one of those cleansers that you use on a dry face. You take quite a few pumps. The one thing I don't like about it is when you pump it, I mean, it kind of goes everywhere because it is a very milky cleanser. But it is so hydrating, so nice, doesn't leave my skin feel stripped at all. Most of the ingredients are organic, like the ingredients list is absolutely beautiful, and you can get it on my favorite website, Integrity Botanicals. So I just want to let you guys know about this. If you're in need of a cleanser and you have dry skin or normal skin, I think this is a winner. It's a especially good morning cleanse because it doesn't have a lot going on, but I was using it at night because I double cleanse anyway, so I am obsessed with this stuff, and it is my new cleanser in my rotation because I'm like this much left in my Born, but I don't think I'm gonna use it up. So onto the Meow Meow Tweet one it is. This is just called Face Cleanser. Looks a little something like this. You know their packaging is just absolutely to die for. And then, since my skin was just dying, what other do I break out than my sample of the May Lindstrom Blue Cocoon? I had a smaller sample that you guys would have seen I used with my empties, but then I moved on to this. Now that my skin's a little bit back to normal, I use this not every single night. I'll just use it every, 2-3 times a week just for that extra kick of hydration. The Blue Cocoon is so expensive, but I really suggest that you guys try a sample. Again, you can get one on Integrity Botanicals. The May Lindstrom samples aren't free for the Youth Dew, Honey Mud, and Blue Cocoon, but they're worth the small fee you have to pay because they are so amazing. I love May Lindstrom, and this Blue Cocoon saved my ass. My skin was just going through hell, so gotta dig that. And then since my skin was so dry, like I'm gonna be saying this entire video, that was my struggle of the month, so these products really came in handy. I got a new primer from Integrity Botanicals, and this is the Stratus Instant Skin Perfector. And this one you could get as a liquid, or you could also get it in this stick. And I really like the stick because you just kind of draw it on. And this doesn't feel, what I love about this is it doesn't feel silicone-y at all. If you guys know the Tarte primer that comes in a jar, I forget what it's called. I'll try to write the name right here to help ring any bells. This is exactly like that, and I love that primer. It really helps smooth over fine lines, so I would even take a bit and just dab it right here. But it really helped prevent product from clinging to the skin, especially on my chin area. I'm normally not big into primers, but I love the fact this is in a stick, very easy to use. Just get in the places that you need and cover surface just in a really quick amount of time. So though this is an extra step, it is quite a quick one. So this is called, the Stratus Instant Skin Perfector. You'll get it in a couple different shades so it doesn't leave any sort of cast on your skin. This is the shade 902, and it's just like the translucent kind of white shade. So that is fabulous. It also comes in a liquid, which I have tried and is also very nice as well, but I think I prefer the stick. So that's awesome. And I do think it helps with longevity of makeup as well, because if your skin's too dry, it will absorb, it'll absorb the foundation. So where I get really dry, like my chin, or where I get a little bit of oil, obviously oil will make it slip. If it's dry, your skin will suck it in, cause it's so desperate for moisture. You'll see that that's where it starts to wear patchy. So that's something good to know. And before I go into the rest of the makeup, I quickly wanted to mention a body scrub. You guys know I love body scrubs. Now this is by Borika Body. This is coconut and coffee, so That's my dream scent. If there's any natural fragrances out there that smell like coconut and coffee, let your girl know. It also has like fresh lime zest and Himalayan salt. I want this in a perfume. It smells amazing. But obviously, I don't know if you guys can see in there. So it's obviously a mix of Himalayan salt and coffee. So it's the perfect scrub texture. You guys know I'm really funny. I love scrubs that actually exfoliate the skin. I know some people have really sensitive skin, so they like ones that are more like immersed in oil, which is really nice, but this one is not. It has the perfect consistency. It is a little bit messy, I will say, but it exfoliates skin like nobody's business. And what's really cool about this is that you could also put it on your face. So it's gentle enough to do that, but yet you have control over how hard you scrub it to really get a good exfoliation, and I have been obsessing over this. I'm almost done with it. Probably will have to get me another one, but I do have quite a few body scrubs. Like I always say, this is one of them. But I was putting this one to the test until I said I really love it, but this is the one I reach for in my shower time and time again, which is a testament. So just a good one I want to let you guys know about. It's very much like that Frank body scrub. So at first I was like, I don't trust you, because all the models would like advertise that. But this one's actually fantastic. Really nice, simple ingredients. Just a good scrub. It's made in Puerto Rico, so it's pretty cool. And then I have a couple of cheek products. I'm very much into the cheek. So let me go ahead and start with the brush that I like to use with one of these products. This is the Luxie Beauty 502 large powder brush. So I don't have any brushes like this. This is a cool brush because it is a huge powder brush, but it's also quite dense, so I feel like you could really get some coverage out of it. So this I like to use for my bronzer. And the bronzer I've been loving this month. You guys know I'm a total bronzer hoe. I can't get over it. This is the Hint Beauty Solaire Bronzing Powder. And I love the tone of this powder. It is a warmer toned bronzer. This is not something I would use to contour. I just like to go like this with this, basically. I'll be uploading a tutorial this week on the look I'm wearing right now with a different lip color. Using this stuff so you guys see how I like to apply it with this brush, but this is just a match made in heaven. So this blends like a dream. The tone is perfect. It's warm, but it's not Oompa Loompa warm. I'll show you guys in a little swatch as I always do, so you could really get a good feel for it. I am more fair than I have ever been, I think, in my entire life, so this is coming in clutch. So if the 100% pure bronzer is too dark for you, take a look at that. Though it is loose, I think with bronzer it's not an annoyance because you need a good amount and you're hitting such a wide surface area. Sorry, I'm like three. I'm just not Harry Potter. Calm it on down. This is not my wand. Wish it was. If I had a wand, it'd be like this. Let's get back on track, shall we? Anyway, this Luxie Beauty brush is just, I'm not even kidding you, I think these are the softest synthetic hair brushes I've ever tried. They're pink and they're rose golds. Like, how could you not love this? They're some of the most beautiful brushes I've ever seen, and I think they have like a purple too, which is gorgeous. So I do want to pick up a couple more of these brushes. This one was sent to me, but I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it. This is definitely the one that has impressed me out of the few that I've tried. And then for a cheek combo, it's like a blush combo I've been loving. I mentioned this one on Instagram. This is by the brand Fairy Organic. Paula Khan Beauty on Instagram had made a couple posts about this, as well as create.love.heal. I'll put both their names here. They are lovely ladies. Check them out. They were talking about Fairy Organics, so that definitely sparked my interest. And then I saw the name of this blush, Sun Kiss, and I'm just like, yes. So I used to die for the MAC blush in Lovejoy. It's a very deep, bronzy brown. Sorry about the lighting, by the way, you guys. The sun is kind of setting, but let's just do our thing. Let's make this happen. Woo, woo, woo. Anyway, this is exactly like Lovejoy, except a bit more matte and a bit more brown. This blush you do have to be careful with because it is very, very, very pigmented. So I like to use it with a duo fiber brush, like my Hint Beauty brush that I showed in last month's favorites, So I'll link that down below if you guys want to buy that to pair with this, just for a really, really, really light application, but it does make your cheeks look super duper sculpted, which I love that look. So if I'm going for a more sculpted, chiseled look, that's the blush I will wear. And to add a little something on top of it to make it a little bit more similar to MAC Lovejoy, I like to go in with this Silk Naturals Highlight in Dusk. So I hauled this for you guys already. This one I said I would use more like a blush topper, which is exactly what I'm using it for. If you have a medium to deep complexion, you could definitely get away with this one. It's just a nice golden bronze highlight on the cheeks, but if you're light like I am, put that on top of off of this blush and it looks gorgeous. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I used these two in the tutorial I have coming this week. So you guys will be able to see that in action. It just adds a nice subtle glow, but it won't make you look like, when you do a light dusting on top, it doesn't look like you have so much highlight on. It just looks like a glowing blush, if that makes sense. Trust me on it, guys. Trust me. Have I ever led you astray? Maybe I have. If I have, I apologize. Okay, so another item from Silk Naturals, because Hint Beauty and Silk Naturals just rule my life. I think that might be my new high-end and affordable cosmetic ranges, so this is another one I used in the tutorial because I've been wearing this makeup look so much this month. But anyway, this is Silk Naturals Imperial. And after I watched a tutorial from Jeffree Star, I was like, I need a mint eyeshadow in my life or all hell is going to break loose. So this is, like I said, just a nice shimmery mint green. Has a nice metallic finish to it, which I quite like. So if you use it dry, it won't be quite as metallic. But if you really want to, you know, kick it up a notch, you just go ahead and use a little bit of spritz of your choice. I like the rose water and glycerin spray, and you have the most amazing metallic mint eyeshadow. I think if you're afraid of color, mint is a really cool way to go because after all, it is pastel, so it could only be so vibrant. You know what I mean? It's gorgeous. And also it is amazing for the spring and summertime. Amazing. And then I have another brush favorite. These are oval brushes. One is from Silk Naturals, one is from Sappho Organic. What's the difference? What is the difference? The only difference is that this one is actually in stock, so when this one goes back in stock, I will try to, you know, mention it on my Instagram or something like that. Why do I burp in every video? I'm so sorry, you guys. If this comes back in stock, I will mention on Instagram so you guys know. It sells out really quickly. Like, I remember when I went to buy it the first time it was gone, but they look something like this. They look exactly the same. The density is the same. I think actually the Silk Naturals might be like half a centimeter larger. So I actually do prefer that, but if this is the only one you can get your hands on, they both do the same effect. It really makes the skin look airbrushed. It really, really is special. At first I was like, cute gimmick. That's a nice little you know, but no, on the face, really, really amazing. I don't think I'd go as far to buy the Artiste brushes, which if you buy the whole collection, that's $400 freaking dollars. There's too many dupes out there. If you guys want me to try maybe like a dupe that I can find on like eBay or something, I'd be willing to do that for you guys and do a review and give my honest opinion, and I can compare to these. Or if you are just dying for me to try the Artiste brushes, let me know. I'll try a few. I can't afford to buy the whole set though. And to wrap up this month of favorites, I'm going in with the Antonym Baked Foundation in Light. You can see, look how much of a dent I've made in this product. This is a product, whoops, can we see? That comes domed. I made it quite flat, you could see. I love this stuff. I don't like it as a powder foundation. What it is fabulous for is setting your makeup with a damp beauty blender of your choice. I love the Hint Beauty blender. I don't see it on their website though, so I will leave a little annotation here of some information I can find about where you guys can get it or when it's launching. But this is so good. It's so good. You just take a damp beauty blender. I love it because since it's a powder foundation, you will get coverage out of it. You will get slight coverage, just even out that skin tone, but it doesn't make you look too matte. It has a really nice luminous, not too luminous, I just want a satin finish is what I want to say. And what it also is fantastic for is, since it has color, I'm just going to rub my finger in it 100 times. You take that damp sponge, you do your blush or your contour, and you take that damp sponge and you just clean up with it. And it will leave the most gorgeous natural line that looks chiseled but doesn't look artificial and like cakey and too stark. So I highly recommend this. When I first got it, I was like, take it or leave it, but I've been loving it for that purpose. So I did an entire review on the Antonym products. I will link that down below, as well as any other in-depth reviews I have of these products. And then for the end of this video, I have 2 announcements. The first announcement, well, it's not really an announcement. I wanted to mention my human favorite of the month. I haven't been doing that, I don't know why, but this month I had to mention the lovely Holly of Organic Beauty Journey. I adore Holly, you guys. I adore her. I can tell she puts her heart and soul into her channel, and that really means a lot to me. She's not flaky with her channel. She's very committed to it. She produces good content. She's a shopaholic, which we reap all the benefits of that. Am I right, ladies? Am I right? Or guys, too, if you're watching this. I don't have very many men watching my videos. I can tell from my statistics, so that upsets me. But if you do, holla, I know you're here. But anyway, you guys need to check out Holly. Her handle is Organic Beauty Journey, both on Instagram and here on YouTube. I'll have the little annotation here so you guys could go follow her. Tell her I sent you. Tell her I adore her. She needs some love. She's only been doing this for like a month and a half, and she's killing the game, guys. It doesn't hurt that she's a pretty sight to see either. Eye candy. And I wanted to mention to you guys that I will be the face of the Integrity Botanicals YouTube channel. So the day that this video goes live, so did my first video over at Integrity Botanicals. So I'll have that link down below. It would mean the world to me if you subscribe. That means you're gonna get 4 doses of me. Let me know if you want me to change my schedule around, because I do upload Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but I will also be uploading on Integrity Botanical on Mondays. So if you want 2 videos a day, awesome, I'll keep the schedule on Mondays. But if you want me to space it out so you get 4 videos, a little bit more spaced out, I can totally do that for you guys. I can upload any other day of the week, just let me know. But I'm really excited about that. I have a very big creative hand in all of this, so it's all content I believe in, only products that I love I will be using over on that channel, and I'll be doing a bunch of demos and swatches. The first video that went up today is a Gressa Lip Boost swatch video, so I know a lot of you are curious about that because I already did a feature and rave on those. I love them, but Integrity Botanicals is the best website to shop. Hands down, it's my top 3. I got my top 3 to Aurora Beauty, Levert Beauty, and Integrity Botanicals. So please, pretty please, I want your feedback on that channel. What you think can be improved upon, what you would like to see, most importantly, is what I really would like to see. I have the entire Integrity Botanicals product, obviously, at my disposal, so let me know. I'd love to do something you guys really want to see. But as always, thank you so much for watching. You can follow me on Instagram at Green Bunny Video if you would like. And I'll see you guys Wednesday. Bye!